Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today we have the event for Monster Jam Sign Up Series 128. Let's go over the Field Trucks video, which you guys are looking at right now. Just look for your name and what truck you're in. If you guys don't see your name, you are currently not in this. Just a couple more names are here. Indian Olaf with Anthony Jerez and Freebird, the normal one. So here are all the races. Just look for your truck and see who you're facing against. Indian Olaf with Son of a Digger and Cyclops. So without further ado, we're gonna kick things off with Superman and Avenger. So Monster Jam Sign Up Series 128 is underway. And your first winner is going to be Avenger. Next up, we have Gravedigger taking on Maximum Destruction. And, just barely Maximum Destruction. Next up, we have Scooby-Doo taking on Tropical Thunder. And it's gonna be Scooby-Doo. Next up, we have Whiplash taking on Monster Mutt. And it's gonna be Whiplash. Monster Mutt flips over. Next up, we have the Yellow El Toro Loco taking on Pirate's Curse. And, Pirate's Curse flips over early, but he is gonna hold on for the win. Next up, we have the Crustacean taking on 30th Anniversary Gravedigger. And it's gonna be Gravedigger. Next up, we have Thunder 4x4 taking on Aftershock. And just barely Aftershock. Next up, we have Reckless El Toro Loco taking on Reckless Gravedigger. Battle of Reckless Trucks. And it's gonna be El Toro Loco. Next up, we have Wolf Files 21 taking on Radical Rescue. It's gonna be Wolf Files 21 because he did hit the wall first before flipping. So that's gonna give him the win. Next up, we have Freebird taking on Earthshaker. And it's gonna be Earthshaker. Next up, we have Wolf's Head taking on Kraken. And it's gonna be Kraken. Next up, we have BKT Ride Truck taking on Earthshaker Ride Truck. And it's gonna be Earthshaker! Next up, we have Megalodon Ride Truck taking on Gravedigger Ride. And it's gonna be Gravedigger hitting the wall first. Next up, we have Mohawk Warrior Boneyard taking on the OCD Meltdown Truck. And it's gonna be, just barely OCD Meltdown. Next up, we have Stone Crusher taking on S10 Avenger. And it's gonna be S10 hitting the wall first. Next up, we have Gesture taking on Gravedigger Legend. And they both flip. And Gesture's gonna get the win. Next up, we have Dragon taking on Megalodon. And nice save by Dragon. And he is going to hold on for the win. Next up, we have Wonder Woman taking on Horsepower. And it's going to be Horsepower. Next up, we have a Fire and Ice battle between El Toro Loco Ice and Fire Zombie. And it's going to be El Toro Loco Ice. Zombie had a terrible run. So El Toro Loco Ice is going to get the win. Next up, we have Fire Horsepower taking on Monster Mutt Ice. And they both collide in midair. That was super, super close, but I'm going to look at the clip. And if you guys go back and watch the clip for yourself, Horsepower Fire barely hit the wall first before Monster Mutt. So Horsepower is going to get the win. Next up, we have Ice Octonair taking on Fire Monster Mutt Husky. It's gonna be Fire Husky. Next up, we have Dragon Ice taking on Megalodon Fire. And they both collide in midair. It's gonna be Megalodon Fire. Next up, we have Saigon Shaker taking on Bounty Hunter. And Bounty Hunter's gonna get the win. Next up, we have El Toro Loco taking on Bakugan Dragonoid. And it's gonna be El Toro Loco with the block. Next up, we have Son of a Digger Boneyard taking on the Inverse Northern Nightmare. And it's gonna be Son of a Digger. And your final race of round number 1 is Cyclops and Son of a Digger from Mix 16. And it's gonna go. Oh no! Wait, that might have cost Cyclops. Ooh, that is super tough. But if you go straight down, look at the top of your screen. Son of a Digger's tire is sticking out a little more than Cyclops. So Son of a Digger is gonna get the win. Alright guys, here's all your matchups for round number 2. Just look for your truck that you're battling. Ending it all off with the Son of a Digger battle, the normal, and the Boneyard. So without further ado, we're going to kick things off with Maximum Destruction and World Finals Avenger. Next up, round number 2 is underway. And it's going to be Maximum Destruction. Next up, we have the Mix 8 Whiplash taking on Scooby-Doo. And it's gonna be Scooby-Doo! What happened to Whiplash? But that'll cost him. Scooby-Doo's gonna get the win. Next up, we have the 30th Anniversary Gravedigger taking on Pirate's Curse. And it's gonna be Pirate's Curse. Next up, we have Reckless Trucks El Toro Loco taking on Aftershock. And it's gonna be Aftershock. Next up, we have Earthshaker taking on World Finals 21. And it's gonna be Earthshaker! World Finals flips over, that cost him. Next up, we have Kraken taking on Earthshaker Ride Truck. And it's good. Oh! Let's go straight down. Look at the top of your screen. Kraken holds off Earthshaker Ride Truck. Next up, we have OCD Meltdown taking on Gravedigger Ride. And it's OCD Meltdown! As Gravedigger Ride flips over by doing a wheelie. Next up, we have S10 Avenger taking on Jester. Oh! That was an awkward wreck, but let's go straight down. It is going to be S10 Avenger. Next up, we have Horsepower taking on Dragon. And they both collide in midair. Horsepower does multiple front flips and lands on his side, so he will get the win. Next up, we have Fire Horsepower taking on Ice El Toro Loco. And it's going to be Fire Horsepower. Next up, we have a fire battle between Husky and Megalodon. And it's going to be Megalodon hitting the wall first. Next up, we have Bounty Hunter taking on El Toro Loco. And it's... Oh my! El Toro Loco had it until he flipped over, so let's go straight down. Look at the top of your screen. That tire is helping Bounty Hunter get the win, so Bounty Hunter, by the slightest bit, is going to get the win over El Toro Loco. And your final race of round number 1 is the Son of a Digger battle. Sorry guys, and your final race of round number 2 is a Son of a Digger battle between the Boneyard and the Normal. And it's going to be the Normal Son of a Digger. Alright guys, so here's all your matchups for round number 2. Sorry guys, that is the second mistake of this video. Round number 3, Indiana will have a Son of a Digger, but he needs an opponent. So we will do a fast loser. So here are the trucks that had good runs last a previous race, and then during round 2 is Avenger, Thunder 4x4, and Reckless El Toro Loco. And it's gonna be World Finals Avenger with a block. Alright guys, now we're ready for round 3. We're gonna kick things off with Maximum Destruction and Scooby-Doo. And it's gonna be Maximum Destruction hitting the wall first. Next up, we have Aftershock taking on Pirate's Curse. And it's gonna be Pirate's Curse. Next up, we have Earthshaker taking on Kraken. And it's gonna be Kraken! Wow! Next up, we have S10 Avenger taking on OCD Meltdown. Monster Jam Freaks versus O Curry Gaming. And it's gonna be OCD Meltdown barely tapping on the wall. S10 Avenger never hit the wall. So OCD Meltdown is moving on. Next up, we have a horsepower battle between the normal and the fire. It's gonna go to the normal. Next up, we have Bounty Hunter taking on Megalodon Fire. And it's gonna be Bounty Hunter. And final race of round number 3 is Son of a Digger and the World Finals Avenger. And it's going to be, let's go straight down, it is gonna be World Finals Avenger. Alright guys, there's you guys that moved on to round number 4, but Avenger needs a fast loser to race, and then we won't need any more fast losers from here on out. So here is the triple threat race. We're gonna do the El Toro Locos, the normal, the yellow, and the reckless. And it's gonna be the reckless El Toro Loco hitting the wall first. Alright guys, here's your top 8. We're gonna kick things off with Pirate's Curse and Maximum Destruction. Here we go. It is going to be Pirate's Curse hitting the wall first. Next up, we have Kraken taking on OCD Meltdown. And just barely, it was Kraken. OCD Meltdown never hit the wall, but this is the best it ever made this far. So Kraken is moving on. Next up, we have Bounty Hunter taking on Horsepower. And it's Horsepower. Next up, we have El Toro Loco Reckless taking on World Finals Avenger. And it's gonna be Reckless El Toro Loco. Alright guys, here are your top 4 trucks that moved on to the semifinals. Inside of Pirate's Curse, we have Slender Beldy. Inside of Horsepower, we have Monster Jam Firestorm. Inside of Kraken, we have Monster Jam Myth Gamer. And inside of El Toro Loco Reckless, we have B-Time. So without further ado, we're going to kick things off with Horsepower and Pirate's Curse. Alright, here we go with the semifinals. Is it going to be Pirate's Curse or Horsepower? It is going to be Horsepower. If you go back and watch the clip, Horsepower hit the wall just barely before Pirate's Curse. Alright guys, who is going to join Monster Jam Firestorm in this championship race? Is it going to be Monster Jam Myth Gamer and Kraken? Or is it going to be B-Time and Reckless El Toro Loco? It is going to be B-Time and Reckless El Toro Loco. So sorry to Monster Jam Myth Gamer for making it this far in Kraken. You put up a good effort, my man. Just gotta make it that one step further. Alright guys, here's your championship race. Inside Horsepower, we have Monster Jam Firestorm looking for his 9th win on my channel. Inside El Toro Loco Reckless is B-Time looking for his 1st or 2nd win on my channel. And it's also in a debut truck. So without further ado, your winner of Monster Jam Science Series 128 is going to be none other than Monster Jam Firestorm. Inside of Horsepower. has done it. So congratulations to Monster Jam Firestorm for taking his 9th win on my channel. Connor, you just gave Horsepower his 3rd or 4th win on my channel. You did great on giving Horsepower another win, and you just gave yourself your 9th win. So congratulations, man. You deserve this win. B-Time inside the Reckless El Toro Loco. Dude, you put up a violent effort. This is a debut truck, and it did do very good in its debut. You just gotta make it that one step further. I know you'll get your 1st or 2nd win. But anyways, guys.
Have I won?
But anyways, guys, thank you guys for watching. More videos coming soon. Congratulations on Monster Jam Firestorm for taking his 9th win on my channel. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.